marketing is your social media. Let me take a moment. Are there any questions? Okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, social media. This is like the wild, wild west of marketing. There's so many different applications out there and tools and gimmicks as to like how to make it big with advertising. Gary Vaynerchuk, what I love about him is that he brings it down to the basics of humanity in terms of how you should be marketing. And his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, How to Tell Your Story in a Noisy Social World, is excellent. He pretty much talks about content. Content, 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 content. What are you putting out there? What blogs are you putting out there? What pictures are you putting out there? What are you putting out there? Do the jab, jab, jab. That's your jab, jab, jab. It's your content. It's what's on your LinkedIn. It's what's on your Instagram. It's what's on your Facebook. After you've done a lot of jabbing, then do the right hook, which is ask for somebody to buy. If you're asking somebody to buy first and then throwing out content, that is the worst method ever. That hurts you because they haven't built a relationship with you. These customers don't know who you are. They don't know what you stand for. They don't know how good is your product. But if you keep just throwing out information about yourself, your company, your product, your service, how people respond to it, your staff, I'm telling you, just keep throwing out content. It will catch on. And then after a while of throwing out content, do the right hook, which is, hey, we are offering this discount. Don't offer the discount first if you don't have any content out there. And in terms of content, what does that mean? It should be informative. If you are, an accountant or trainer, you need to be talking about things in your industry, short and sweet, that lets people know that you know what you're talking about. Lets people know that you have the sauce, you got the juice. This is the person I want to go to because they know what they're talking about. Examples of you handling situations, whether it's a client that's angry or a client that's happy or staff that's falling behind, or shipments are late, or one of your sources for your product have up and left, whatever it may be. Show examples of how you handle situations as a business owner. It gives them a peek into your world. It gives them a peek into how your business is run. Show them your core values and how you practice them. Show who you are as a business owner. People want to see that. Pictures and video of yourself at conferences and networking events, that's important as well, because that shows that you're not just behind a desk or just trying to sell. You're also trying to learn and grow. That's important. And lastly, encouragement. Talk about the hard times. Talk about the high times of being an entrepreneur, and just send out love and encouragement through your content. These are the areas that people want to hear from you, and you can do them in the form of podcasts, video, pictures, blogs. There's several different ways of doing it. One of my favorite companies that does this is the Breakfast Club, with Charlemagne the God. They record themselves on the radio, video record themselves on the radio, and take pictures of themselves while they're on the radio. That's three different forms of medium that they then take and they splice and they cut and they mix and they put that across Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. That's excellent. For one session, they have a month's worth of content. So whenever you're at a conference, take several videos, take several pictures, write a blog about your experience as a business owner at that conference, at that workshop. That is a lot of content that you can spin and then stretch across several weeks. Pro tip, going into when it comes to branding, I just want to throw this in there. Your logo should never be more than 2 colors. When people do marketing, they wonder why sometimes they're not connecting with their audience. And sometimes it's their logo and the the forms of colors that they use when it comes to branding. Here you can see it's gray and white. You'll see in the next slide why. These are some companies, and as you can see, most of them are no more than two colors. The ones on the top right over here, NBC, Google, they're the reason why they do that is because they want to evoke the idea of diversity. So each color has its own feeling, and you have to ask yourself, what type of feeling do you want to evoke when customers look at your logo? For me, I chose blue and white. I chose blue and white because it says trust. It says dependable. It says strength. As a cleaning company, I want people to feel comfortable with me being in their homes. I want them to feel that we are dependable, that we'll show up and do a great job, that we are strong. That's why I chose that particular color. Whatever your business is, think about what you want people to think when they think about your business. Look at Whole Foods over here. They're green, peaceful, growth, health. We have Nickelodeon. It's friendly, cheerful, confidence. We have McDonald's, which evokes optimism, warmth. They're doing this on purpose. They choose these colors on purpose because they know subliminally what they're trying to tell to the customer or client. This is also another chart that shows different colors and different feelings that evokes, and the examples of companies that use this. So just follow this. I'm telling you, it'll save you a lot of time. You'll even notice a lot of the big companies like Airbnb and Facebook, when they first started out, when you compare the logo, it's totally different. Once they got some experts in there, once they got some marketing people in there, they changed their logo. So start off right, before you become a billion-dollar company, start off right with the right logo. The next part of this session is that you are your brand. People tend to forget this. They think that it's just the product that they're selling that is their brand. You are your brand. When you are starting off your business, your personality, your face, you are your brand. When people think about you, do they think positive things? And therefore, they'll take those same feelings about you towards the business. Whatever they think of you, they'll think about the business that way. So just think about yourself as a brand. This comes down to how you dress. If I saw this woman over here on the left walking down the street, and I love this dress, and I said, hey, that's a beautiful dress. Where did you get it? And she turned to me and said, oh, I'm a designer. This is my dress. I would be so happy because she is modeling her own product. She's embodying her own brand, and she's literally becoming a walking billboard. You can do the same thing like this woman on the right. I can picture her as a speaker and author, walking across stage doing a TED Talk based on her dress, based on how she pretty much looks from head to toe. You tell people at times what your business is about by the way that you dress and the way that you carry yourself. So whatever it is that you're selling, make sure that when you carry yourself in public, that it represents that. Looking at people like Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, they did the same thing. Billion-dollar companies, they did the same thing. For Mark Zuckerberg over here on the left, he had a thing for gray shirts and gray hoodies. And that was his uniform. Steve Jobs over here, same thing. When he was alive, he had a thing for black turtlenecks. And that was his uniform. And that's what he got known for. So think about that same thing when it comes to your branding. They're not doing this by accident. They're doing this on purpose because they understand that they were the faces of their company, and how they dressed, how they looked matter. And they didn't wear suits. They didn't go overboard. But there was a specific reason as to why they chose these outfits, because there was a specific type of message that they were trying to convey to their customers. You can't look at this and say, oh, this is not fashionable, or this is too flamboyant, or there's not much opinion you can have on a gray t-shirt and a hoodie or a black turtleneck. They kept it very basic. And that's probably why they did it. So